everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I am Sean, this is In the Mixer, and we're already up to episode 3 of our Isle of Man save. Now, things going really well. I'm not going to pretend that they aren't. We've started the season fantastically well. We've carried that form on quite a bit, but there is still a long way to go. There is still a lot that we need to get through. And 2 massive fixtures today against Pilkington and AFC Liverpool to continue us on our march towards that title. We'll jump pretty much straight in and have a look at the results since the last time we caught up with each other, where we beat both Ashton Town and AFC Blackpool. We then had a 1-1 draw with Nelson, who at the time was second in the division. They still sit in that spot. We did go ahead early. We were playing on our cautious mentality. We went attacking in the second half to try and find a winner after they equalised. A good side. They've got a lot of players on non-contracts and part-time deals. So obviously, one of the better sides in the division itself in terms of their structure, in terms of their cash flow, all that sort of stuff. Then a 3-0 win against Daisy Hill, 4-0 against Shelley Community, a 3-3 draw with backup in which we came from behind. Went 2 goals up, fell 3-2 behind, equalised, and eventually had a goal ruled out as well that would have won it for us. They played well, we responded positively, nothing to get too upset about. A 4-0 win against Prestwich, a 4-0 win against AFC Liverpool, who will play today, a 7-1 win against Pilkington, a 3-1 win against Garstang, and then a 10-0 victory against Lower Breck, which I think is my biggest ever win in Football Manager. Certainly at a competitive season level. I think there might have been some pre-season results and stuff like that may have been above that, but certainly for a competitive fixture, that's probably the biggest league match I've ever had. 4-0 win against Cleatormore, 3-0 against Atherton Town, 2-0 against Ashton Town, and 3-0 against Garstang. We have, unfortunately, had our first defeat of the season. The 2-1 defeat to St Helens, it was a massive kick clash the entire game. They had a little blue short here, we had a little red one. It was tough to keep up with who had the ball, and I think the players struggled as well. We created a shitload of chances. They went 2 goals up in the first 20 minutes. We then kind of changed our tactic a little bit to push on and try and find goals and find equalisers. We created a whole bunch of chances that you can see here. 28 shots in the end, 17 on target, 56% of the ball, but only put the ball in the back of the net one time. McClellan, who is a new signing, ex-Sheffield United junior, getting his first goal for the club in his first appearance. So no invincibles, no undefeated season, but still pretty proud of how things are going. Then a 2-0 win against Chatterton last time out sets us up nicely for the games against Pilkington and Liverpool. We're going to play those 2 in this episode, and then hopefully in the next episode we'll come back and do the games against Daisy Hill and Nelson to hopefully tidy up, or hopefully clinch the league title against Nelson at home. And this is the lineup that we're going to go with. Biddle, of course, in goal. Applin and Diallo as the 2 fullbacks. Both are sitting on yellow card bands. Cook, who is a new signing. We did bring a guy in the last episode, but he wasn't really working out at centre-back. He's now left the club. And James Cook comes in, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. Ex-Middlesbrough junior, capable of playing as a central defender on cover. Very good signing, and he's done quite well since he came in. As Iconu will play alongside him, Raymond at Hall as our central midfield partnership. They've played at most of the games. Masamba on the left wing, Russo on the right, who's come in for Ure, who's probably our best player. He's out for a couple more weeks with, I think, a gashed arm or something like that. Joe Thompson, the top goal scorer, will play as the deep line forward, and McClellan will lead the line up top. We do have a couple of injuries that have come up throughout the course of the season. Nothing major, nothing that we haven't been able to work through. Pilkington are playing a 4-3-3. We should beat them. We beat them 7-1 last time we played them, and hopefully we can get a good performance here. First tile is Thompson getting a yellow card. Kevin, the goalkeeper, is going to take the ball. Russo with a good header. Ball in behind for Thompson. Can he find the finish from close by? Hits the post, and then Hall with the follow-up manages to drag that one just wide. Throw in here, taken by Applin, up the line for Thompson. Back to Applin, looks for a ball in behind towards McClellan. Burry tidies up, goes back to Kevin in goal. Highlight continues, managed to recover and play a long ball forward. Though it is tidied up, Hall recovers the ball in midfield, goes back to Azzy Iconu. Long ball over the top for McClellan. He got in goal side. Can he find the finish? It's an excellent finish, and that's his second goal in his second appearance for the team. And a wonderful finish. Did very well just to get his body around the defender there and then poke it home past the on-rushing keeper. We know how problematic one-on-one situations can be, so we're going to take everyone we can get. Good run, good touch, and the keeper maybe could have come out a little bit quicker, but on his left foot just passes it beyond the on-rushing goalie and gives us a lead in the 9th minute. Diallo with the throw in here, comes across to Raymond in the middle, back to Thompson. Raymond Hall, overlapping run now from Diallo, gets in the box, tries to cut it back, the defender closes it down. Russo resets through Raymond, exchanges quick passes with Hall. Back to Raymond again, out wide to Diallo, who's still forward on that right-hand side. Deep ball across, Adamson gets it away, and then Thompson with the follow-up just wide past the far post. Diallo throw into McLennan. Russo back out to Diallo again. Deep cross towards Masamba. It's a good header. It clips the post on the way out. Kevin with a long goal kick forward. Masamba wins the header unchallenged. Thompson looks for the switch out the right. It's cut out by Wallace. Long ball in behind for Scott up front, and he's got a good finish on him. Pilkington have equalised. It wasn't a bad finish, to be fair. We just kind of didn't quite get to the ball as quickly as we needed to recover possession. Wallace with the free header there is a bit disappointing. And Diallo was right there, but Downey still manages to weigh that ball in behind. Maybe the keeper could have come a bit quicker. Did get to his penalty spot though, and Scott, at the first time asking, pokes that one past him. So first highlight for him, first goal. They're going to make us work for it a little bit. Throw into Stubbs, ball forward to Thompson. They're very deep, similar position to where they got through for the first goal. Cook with a good header though to win it back that time. Applin now. Back to Cook. Plays a poor ball forward. Stubbs will recover. Thompson inside to Raven. Back to Thompson again on the right-hand side. Applin with a good tackle. Cook looks for the ball in behind from Masamba, who has gotten goal side. He's dragged a central defender as well. Can he get the right ball in the box? Looks for McClellan, who just heads past the far post. All right, we get through to half-time at 1-1. We've had 14 shots, 3 on target, 56% of the ball. They've had 2-2 and 44, but the one that matters the most is the scoreboard. So let's assertively sell everyone. We're not doing too badly. If everyone continues to work hard, we'll win. No one's responded particularly positively, so let's tell them that we're going to look for them to make the difference. And most have responded positively, so we'll see if that can push everyone to find a winner in the second half. As always, we'll give it 15 minutes and then we'll have a look at substitutions based on form, fitness, whatever else. A couple of yellow cards out there as well. Great start here. Masamba's gotten goal side. He's a terrible finisher though. Probably could have squared that one up for the tap-in for McClellan on the far post. But resulting corner, Hall to take. Short to Masamba. Towards Cook. Gets his header towards goal, but it's just over the crossbar. Never looked like threatening. Masamba with the ball now on halfway, turns his man, steps inside, looks for a crossfield switch, I thought it was, but instead Kevin claims the loose ball. Looks to go forward again, Downey to Coughlin. Looks for the ball in behind for Scott, the same combination that got them their goal. Worked it back to Biddle. Applin now, Biddle, long ball forward, McClellan's there. We've got a 4v4 if we work the right pass here. Russo's found himself goal side in the middle. Can he square it up? Instead he goes to strike himself from that wide area. Still an issue for me in this game. I don't know if other people are seeing the same thing since the patch, but I'm still having players shoot from wide areas. It's maybe not as bad as it previously was, but it's still way too high. Applin with the header away. Stubbs on the wide area. Good tackle again from Applin. And do we have a counter-attack in us here? Ball up the line towards Thompson. Good header across to McClellan. Plays one out wide for Russo, who's gotten goal side of the defender. Can he cut it back now? Good tackle, he managed to recover, plays it in towards Thompson, and his 27th goal of the season. We're still only in January, don't forget. So a phenomenal return on his strike rate at the moment. Russo out wide, does very well, loses our possession, but stays on his feet, gets the ball back, hangs one up in a dangerous area towards the penalty spot, and Thompson gets between the two defenders. Excellent header into the far post. Keeper could do very little about it, and it probably sets us up well to make some subs also. 2 subs, we're going to bring off the goal scorer Thompson for Higgs just because of that yellow card. Don't want to get anyone sent off. We haven't had anyone sent off yet, thankfully. And we're also going to bring on Jaden Thorne for Kieran Applin, who struggled a little bit at left back. Use a get creative shout with an hour gone, and hopefully we can push on and try and find a few extra goals before this one comes to an end. Long ball forward here from Kevin. Should be brought down by the substitute Thorne. Looks for a ball in behind. Higgs is in the area and he's gotten goal side. Can he find the finish? It's a poor effort and well wide of the far post. Kevin resets again from the free kick, or from the goal kick. Masamba intercepts and flies forward in the wide area. He gets the strike at goal from the angle, and Kevin, equal to it, puts it straight over the crossbar. Masamba now to take the corner. Deep one across. Wallace heads away. Azir Konu now should recover. Roberts wins it back in midfield for Pilkington. Still only a 1-goal margin here. Long ball forward, and the highlight comes to an end. Thorne with a throw in here. Finds Higgs. Back to Thorne. Looks for a ball in behind. Adamson tidies up for Pilkington, all the way back to Kevin in goal. Long ball forward towards Roberts, who's pretty much one man out. We just need to stand him up. Hall recovers the ball for a moment, and then plays a long ball forward towards McClellan, puts him into space. Can he get there first? Finds a good touch to get around the defender, and then puts it straight at the goalkeeper. Higgs will recover, cuts it back. Coughlin to Hall, Raymond. Got a man out wide now in Diallo, and the highlight comes to an end. Thrown on the right-hand side here. Diallo exchanges pass with Azir Konu, then looks for the crossfield switch. Russo's got a good run on, just needs to square it up. Instead he strikes from the edge of the area. Had 2 men in the middle, he just had to find that little pass inside. Got an immediate highlight again, though Pilkington have recovered. Roberts with the ball now. Steps inside, looks towards the goal scorer Scott. Raven recovers, but Russo wins the ball back. Long ball forward towards McClellan. Good header towards Masamba, plays McClellan in. That's the ball we want to see more regularly, and McClellan with the finish. His third goal in 2 appearances for the side. He's playing very, very well since we brought him in. And this is the ball we need more of. Masamba just plays it into space there. It's good for those wide players to eventually start working players in behind rather than trying to shoot from wide areas. And a good finish from McClellan, did very well. Waited for the keeper to come and then put it down to the other side. There's 10 minutes remaining. We're going to demand more just to give ourselves a bit more focus leading to the final whistle. Hall's going to take a corner here towards Cook, who hits the inside of the post. Flicks out to Masamba. Can't get the ball back in, and Adamson clears away. Throwing now on the right-hand side, Diallo to Hall. Back to Diallo again. Deep one towards Russo, who had time to bring it down probably. There weren't many defenders around him, but his header's just over the bar. And the game comes to an end. 3-1 win. Not a bad effort, given that they did bring it back to 1-1. 30 shots, 9 on target, 55% possession. We have won every match we've played so far in this series, statistically speaking. Just a couple of games where the scoreboard hasn't gone with us. Let's passionately tell everyone, very pleased with the result and your performance. I'm just looking to keep morale as high as humanly possible as we get towards the business end of the season. Does he stay top on 74 points? We're currently 19 points ahead of Nelson in second position. McClellan gets the Man of the Match award with his 2 goals. We're going to praise him as well, tell him he was superb in front of goal. And hopefully he can carry that form on a little bit, because we're going to be a few weeks without Charlie Bell. We're going to be a few weeks without Ben Mills. Ure has returned to training, but I don't really want to force it. Still 6 to 12 days for him. And we're going to have to rotate a little bit due to yellow card suspension. So Teddy Bloor will come in on the right-hand side for Diallo. Move Greenwood to the bench, and Dahomey will miss, and Willits will come onto the bench to try and close it out. So it's a very defensive-looking bench lineup for the next match against AFC Liverpool, but still a strong team. I'd expect us to do well against them. Magic of editing, we'll jump forward to that game again now. Alright, just like that, we are a week ahead. We are starting to see more and more clubs coming and bidding for our players who are doing quite well this season. So Milo Hall, who has been flying in midfield, and Kieran Appland, the left back, have both had bids submitted for them from both teams in our division. Nelson throwing in a cheeky bid there at the same divisional level. And Congleton and Ashington, who are at the same divisional level, but in different regions, are also bidding for Appland. So we're going to have to start working through the transfer market a little bit more effectively to bring in replacements when we need them, because we're kind of powerless to stop anyone going if they get offered a part-time contract. It's hard to be upset with them if they're going to take the money. AFC Liverpool, one of the few teams that I was able to find a custom kit for, so they are in the game as well. I'm sure Liverpool fans will be familiar with them as kind of like a fan group of the original Liverpool club. Just those few changes we spoke about in the lead up to the game. Bloor comes in on the right-hand side. Willits comes in midfield. They've got Nixon in goal. Looks to be the main player that they have. Shrewsbury has played at this level for a little while now, 26-year-old goalkeeper. They've got 2 regens on either wing. Taylor Murray, who looks pretty average, and Parkin on the right looks pretty much the same structure. So hopefully we should have enough to get past them today. But I'm just going to calmly tell the team we should be winning this match without any problems at all. Appland with the throw in here, finds McClellan, cut back for Hall. Ball recovered by Harker, looks for a long one forward towards Morgan, leading the line up top. It's a good header forward. Parkin's gotten goal side, puts it straight at Biddle, thankfully, and then we managed to... Cook has just blasted that one into the away support behind the goal. He maybe could have looked for a throw in that instance. Banyawabe, I think is the pronunciation, takes the corner, and Biddle comes out and claims with authority. Long ball forward, we are 2v2, but Nicholas has won it. Masamba recovers the header back. Works his way towards the ball and hangs on that back stick. It falls to Russo, hits the deck, and somehow he managed to bundle it home. We'll see if that one... I think in the end it gets given as an own goal for Jordan Nixon. We'll see what happens when it comes back in. Russo hits the inside of the post. A few men go forward. I think it's McClellan there trying to tackle a whole bunch of players. And then as Nixon has come to pick the ball up, he's poked it back across the line and in for the own goal. So we go a goal up, but haven't scored one of our own. And the statistics so far are very, very even. Deep free kick, Harker to take. They've given a penalty. I think Russo impedes Morgan in his run-up. He's going to take the resulting penalty. Biddle hasn't faced many this season. What's he going to be able to do? Oh, he didn't do too bad. He guessed the right direction. Just didn't have enough to get across and keep that one out. Ronnie Morgan with his 24th goal of the season, so he's putting them away quite comfortably at this level. Not a bad dive. It's kind of impossible really to start in the centre and then fall down on your side like that, but that's what we've done. McNichols with a deep ball. Ball forward by Braithwaite. Cook wins the header. Back to Appland. Biddle now has time, just needs to pick the right pass. Goes along instead towards Thompson. Hall recovers, McClellan plays in, Russo on the right, looks to release Thompson inside, and he gets there first. Little mix-up for the defender there, Jarvis. Not sure if he was trying to play a back pass or if it just hit him on the way through. I'd be furious if it happened at our end, but thankfully, we're the beneficiaries in this instance. Good little pass there from McLennan, finds Russo. Russo with a good reverse pass towards Thompson. He tried to tackle and get there first. Thompson keeps his feet and pokes that one home from 6 yards out. Get into half-time, 2-1 up, 8 shots, 3 on target, 48% of the ball. The first time, really, another team has kept possession better than we have. They've had 7 shots, 2 on target, 52% possession. We are just going to try and hype everyone up and assertively say, pleased with how things are going, keep it up. And hopefully, we can use that positivity to continue finding the back of the net in the second half. Right, 3 subs are going to bring on Mishi Mbuti, who we did bring in the last episode for James Cook, who's got a yellow card. Charlie Higgs will come in for Sam McClellan, who's struggling a little bit up top, and Sam Joyce will come in for Jake Willits, who is struggling for fitness, having not started too many games throughout the course of the season. We're going to also use our Get Creative shout with 20 minutes remaining and see if we can push on and find more goals. Biddle with a long goal kick forward. Msamba loses out in the header. It goes to Morgan. Joyce now with the ball, plays out wide to Russo, who has gotten goal side. Can he get the strike away at goal? Wide areas. Nixon does very well to push that one over for the corner. Hall takes the resulting corner, plays it short to Msamba, tries to get the cross in, but it's deflected towards Harker. They've got a 2v2 if they find the right pass here. Harker goes into the wide area. Blore reads the game fantastically well and recovers possession. Ball forward towards Higgs. Msamba now. On the left-hand side, he's got a man in the middle if he can square it up. Finds Thompson backstick, and he finds the finish for his 29th goal of the season. Wonderful assist there from Msamba. Some proper winger play in the wide area, waiting to draw the defender, sliding it back across for the simplest of tap-ins. It's good play from Msamba, does very well, carries it into the box, waits for the defender to commit, squares it up, and Thompson does peel off the shoulder a little bit. It wasn't weighted perfectly, but manages to find the finish from the angle anyway. Baniyabe, backstick header towards Morgan, and he's just headed over at the far post. 10 minutes remaining, we're going to use our demand more shout and hopefully just focus everyone through to the final whistle. Take our 3 points, continue our march towards the title and promotion for the year. Dodds with a deep ball forward. Braithwaite came out and they've scrambled at home. I think it was Banyawabe with the finish. It makes it 3-2 with 4 minutes of additional time. It's going to make it interesting. Just header on from Braithwaite, and Biddle was poor. He spilled the ball, and Banyawabe with the tackle managed to put it home. I'm not sure how number 7 there wasn't offside, but we'll let it go. We've been fortunate. Ball forward now, Msamba manages to bring it down. Overlapping run from Applin. Hangs the ball towards Thompson. Banyawabe with the header away. Joyce should recover. Over to Hall, into Higgs. Looks for the reverse pass. Long ball forward. Liverpool are now leaving 3 men forward at all times. Hall ball over the top towards Higgs. Is he still onside? Managed to bring the ball down, squared up from Msamba. Cuts it back for Thompson, who gets the strike away, but Nixon gets behind it and holds. Applin now with the throw. Thompson in a wide area. Back to Applin again. Deep one towards Braithwaite. Msamba should recover at the top of the box. Back through Hall, who goes out to the right-hand side, and Applin. Hang puts one in there, but Nixon comes out and claims with authority. Long ball forward towards Swallow. There's definitely a danger in transition here. Swallow skips past one challenge. Looks for the switch out towards McNichols on the right-hand side. Over to Harker, who strikes from distance, and drive is just past the far post. Surely, referee, this is the end of the game. We're through the 4 minutes of additional time. Biddle to take the goal kick. Long one forward. Hits the deck for Banyabe. I think I've pronounced his name differently every time I've said it. Russo recovers in a good spot. Looks for a ball up the line towards Thorpe. Back to Nixon. We're closing down pretty effectively. Long ball forward towards Applin. We should recover. We're getting a lot of extra time, and the referee finally calls full time. 15 shots, 4 on target, 53% of the ball for AFC Liverpool. 16, 8 and 47% for us. Own goal eventually sees us through. Joe Thompson with the double as far as we're concerned. So they did make us work for it, but let's just say a good win, boys. Well done. We've just gotten the Irresistible Force achievement, which is when we score in 30 consecutive competitive matches, which is very impressive. I'm going to praise Thompson's performance. He was excellent in front of goal. He's on track to hit, I think, like 40 goals this season if he continues scoring at the existing rate. And with 10 games remaining in the league season, it is ours to finally secure. We're going to come back and do the game against Daisy Hill and Nelson. There is potential that we will have secured the title by the time we come back in the next episode, if other results go our way. But if we do drop any more points, we do have a chance to secure it in that episode. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. The response to the series so far has been fantastic. If you are a new viewer, welcome to the channel. Feel free to subscribe to be kept up to date on all of our videos as this series continues. You can also follow us over on Twitter and on Twitch for our Sunday night streams, Sunday morning if you're in the UK or North America. But as always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.